Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 with me, LoveSpuds, on the road to 56 mod. Currently covering the world with glorious British communism. Now, we are well on our way. The last few episodes we got rid of the fake communism that was the Soviet Union, and now we're going to turn our attention to the United States of America, who are dirty Democrats, and they must be liberated from the shackles of capitalism. So, as you may notice by the clock up there, it's 1949. It's been maybe a year or two I have spent building up for this moment, and I hope it doesn't fuck up, putting it bluntly. So you can see, last time out we had 4 million manpower. We now have 2.5, and we're actually in an odd situation where we did have a notification saying low manpower. But I mobilised a hell of a lot of my air wings. So these are all covered with fighters and whatnots. I have a shit ton of radar covering the whole line. I have set up 2 orders to just drive straight into the US, wherever it may be. There are also 2 armies of paratroopers that are going to drop behind the lines and hopefully panic them and cut off the line. That might be a bit difficult if they put down a few forts there, because they've built up some forts. I have as well, but all of mine are level 10 forts along this border. So that should be interesting. If they want to throw themselves onto the fire, then that's what they will do. I have covered the Alaskan front as well. I've got the other paratrooper army diving into here, as some are going to Seattle as well. And that's about it at the moment on this front. You can see by the air coverage, I've already got air superiority in these places, but they haven't really mobilised yet. And I'm basically covering almost all of the US here, so there's basically lots of 1,000 air wings. So I've got a mixture of mostly fighters, but some bombers as well. The strategic bombers, which should be able to deploy nukes. I don't need to be at war, of course. So we've got 1 strategic bomber in range, and we just need to be at war basically. But we need 75% air superiority, so we have to see how that goes to start with. When we start the war, because we've got 75 nukes. We're producing about 1 every 2 weeks, so that's not too shabby at all. As for the US's allies, I think we've sort of covered Sweden here on that front, and Denmark on this front down here. Basically, that's to hold really, unless they can push, which I'll tell them to when they can. Montgomery's got Korea covered over here, I think. I don't think that should be too much of a problem. We will have an naval invasion of the Philippines at some point, but for now it's just set up and ready to go. Well, say it's not ready to go, but it is going to go at some point. Australia can do what they like. They can try and naval invade the homelands here, but we have the Potato Guard on standby, waiting for any potential invasion. And I think we're pretty much covered for now, so all that's left to do is basically press play, and I'm going to drop it down to like 3 speed or something, and I need to declare war on the United States. So let's pop it down to 2 for a second, and that's fine. Available planes and reserves, invite faction, just make sure we are all sorted, but here goes nothing. Let's right click and declare war. Potential enemies: Sweden, Denmark, Australia, Korea, Philippines, and the US, of course. That's fine. I'll call my own allies as well, because why the hell not? Conquer. Let's go, boys. As expected, they called everyone in. Air wings with no mission. So let's sort that out. That's probably why. Let me just check all of those. Transports are ready to go. Anyone else with no mission? Just select all of them. It's fine. And... whoa, look at that, son. Look at that. Oh, I should just say... oh, are they... no. No, they're all good. So who is... standing by? Right, that's the point. You can basically go here. Really. Right. Now we've got air superiority, let's put some nukes down. So, look at all that. Just laying waste. Oh, good lord, the enemy's stronger. I don't know why it does that immediately after we declare war. Some divisions not in position is the major problem, and it's still preparing. Sure. But what we want to do first is put some nukes down. So just bear with me a second while I put some of them down. I'll be right back. Right, now that we've done that, let's just sit back and wait for some nukes. The game could crap itself, so just be warned about the frame rate. How long's it got? Oh! There we go. Just so you're aware, that was the whole line that went off, not just this little corner, and pretty much every single town. I hit every major city in the US, and now what is there? 45% less. 45% or less. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite as impressive as I thought it might be, but rest assured, I did just use about 70 nuclear devices. So, what do we want to do? We want these guys to maybe hold the line just for now, because all we want it to really do is push with the main one and see how it goes for now, because this will be where most of the manpower goes. So the paratroopers can go, and so can these guys. So let's see what happens here. More interested in seeing how these paratroopers do. It's power dropped. I'd be surprised if these paratroopers actually survive, because they don't really tend to do that well. These guys could get completely cut off unless they get entrenched in, which hopefully is what they will do. These guys will be cut off, I would think, once I do that. Cool. That's hopefully freaked them out. These guys didn't do very well at all, unfortunately. We're making headway. We are making headway. I forget we're not on 5 speed just now, because Valiant. Oh, that would be. That's good. That's very good. Let's research the next fighter aircraft. How are we doing so far? We've already inflicted 2.48 million casualties, so it's a good start. As opposed to our 100,000 that we've lost at the moment. So there we go. Let's have a look at their manpower. Not so good. So, naval invasions. That was very, very quick. If I'm honest, I don't know how they did that. I don't really care what else the people invade. There's no one looking after Denmark here, so you can push. You might as well, and so can you as well. Because why the hell not? Everything should be going okay. Should wait for all these green ones. There's a lot of micromanaging to do here. I mean, not micromanaging in the sense that, you know, moving the odd one or two. We're going to make sure we cut guys off here. Let's try and see if moving all those there would actually do anything. It doesn't look like it as yet. But we have broken through there. We've completely destroyed that flank, which is good to see. And how are we doing here? Did we pretty much... Yeah, he suffered a lot of casualties there. If anything, I didn't expect that one to work so well. But looking at this lot here have been cut off. So that's a good 50, 60, maybe 70 divisions there. That, well, we'll probably say goodbye to, looking at it, because they're completely cut off. They've got no supplies. The only thing stopping them is that getting through there. I'd rather they be a bit careful about that. Don't want to be too aggressive there. Don't know what that was. Oh, hang on. Let's just check on our naval invasions, if they've got any coming in. None as yet. I don't know where these guys are, but we're fighting a lot of nothing. The tide will go in our favour eventually. It's just a matter of time. We just need to whittle them down and just keep an eye on our manpower as well. So that's good. We're actually in contention there for the airspace. Don't know what that's all about. But look at all that. We've got complete air coverage over here in the Americas. It's good to see. They are completely cut off now. So they should be able to move up and get rid of that. This is a bit messy, unfortunately. But okay. These guys, you might as well join the front. And how are we doing over here? Did we cut these guys off? I think we did. I kind of think we did. Let's have a look at the casualties. 3.4 million. Bloody good, if you don't say so myself. These guys also cut off another 12 or so divisions. So let's try and plug that gap. They're going for Montreal, which is fine. Who needs a nuke? Who shall we nuke then? Who should we nuke today? Let's nuke Boston again. Let's nuke this territory as well, just for the hell of it. And why not nuke them while they're there as well? Glorious. Glorious communist atomic blasts. Be coated in the warm glow of communism. There we go. Look at that. Can make a move up now. That's shocked quite a few divisions into submission. I suppose it's like a bit of a rolling barrage I've got going on here, except it's, instead of artillery going in front of the troops, it's nuclear devices. Look at all these guys, they're all going to get shot down. You can tell that. I mean, look at the air superiority. Obviously it's over 75%, otherwise we wouldn't be able to drop the nukes. So why don't you go up there, mop that up, and then you can join the front line. Perfect. Look at that, just slowly but surely, the pink Union of Britain will cover the United States, although they'll be united under communism. Let's just have a look at these guys over here. Let's set Montgomery off in Korea as well. What are you up to? Oh, you're the Naval Invasion Force. I'm not going to worry too much about that at the moment. Looks like there are naval invasions being planned anyway, so the AI might take care of that for me. That's them. That's them. They're doing okay. They're picking up the pace now. They're not doing so well, so I should stop them. So yeah, all going well so far. What else is going on? I don't think there is much else going on. What are they doing again? Oh, they're the Alaskan guys. So let's make them move up as well. Aggressively execute. Manpower's pretty steady, so that's good to see. Look at all these green blobs. It's glorious. It's glorious. But that huge blow to start with. Look at that manpower. It's dropped considerably. Let's have a look. Missing equipment production. What for? Anti-tank. Anti-tank? I don't know who's using... Who's doing that? Well, I might as well build it. You know, why the hell not? So, anti-tank. Anti-tank. Oh, I've no idea, mate. Well, that maybe will sort itself out. It's not as if we are struggling, is it? Who wants a nuke? Do you want a nuke? Oh, I can't. Ooh, why can't I do that? Yeah, why can't I do that? Oh, because they're retreating. Superiority. Oh, maybe it's not 75% anymore. Maybe they've mobilised a few more. Yes, they have. Ooh, ooh, that's nasty. Doesn't matter. We're just gonna go straight through anyway. Suppose I could deploy another air wing somewhere. We got an air base somewhere that I haven't destroyed. Probably not. That's the only thing about dropping nukes on things. You destroy everything. Who knew? Armament scale. That's fine. That's fine. Where are we on this list of research? That's good. What about equipment and things? Oh, what we could do. Oh, I might as well do that. And then hard attack. Yeah. Bit of anti-tank stuff. Semi-modern light tank. We'll now make into modern tanks. Let's make this a bit easier on ourselves here. So that one, and Bob's your uncle. Sweet. Let's continue. Look at that, all those 6 divisions. I almost feel sorry for you, but I don't. Bomb the hell out of them and take the territory. Yeah, we're on a 3-speed, aren't we? Go straight in there. Now, that's 6 divisions down. Excellent. 4.05 million casualties. Only 250,000 our side. I mean, I say only. It's not as if I don't appreciate the sacrifices. But it's all for the glory of communism, you see. Glorious British communism. We're advancing faster than they can retreat. It's quite hilarious, actually. But yeah, it's all looking good. We are on our way to Washington, and the Union Jack will fly over the White House. It is beautiful. Right, we can probably afford to go up to 5-speed now, back to where we were. The fall of New York. There we go. The last time the British military kept a serious military presence in New York was 1783, when the British evacuated the city as the American Colonial Army, led by George Washington, and assisted by the French, Dutch and Spanish, defeated the British in the Revolutionary War. History today has been rectified as the British Army marches through the streets of New York once more. Although they now wear khaki instead of red and carry rifles instead of flintlocks, the British have nevertheless made their return. Initially a huge procession through Times Square and down the streets of the city were planned, but after a bomb went off in the gathering a squadron of soldiers, killing 12, all further parades have been cancelled, and British soldiers have instead got about cracking down on the locals. History has indeed been rectified. Perfect. So that's New York. We're on our way to Washington. Let's just drop another bomb on it just to be sure. We might as well put some technology into that. 5 years ahead of schedule, but only 175 days. That is a bargain. Outdated equipment, so that'll be the aircraft. So jet fighters will now... Oh Jesus, what have I done? I didn't change that, did I? Don't think so anyway. Jet fighter, jet fighter, jet fighter, jet fighter. Change the meteors into vampires, and you don't say that every day. Naval drills has been completed. Army drills, Royal Tank Management. Yeah, that's what I said. We're not inviting anyone. We're not accepting anyone into the faction. We're just going to do our own thing. So yeah, there we go. The US is completely crumbling. Oh, talking of naval invasions, have we had anyone? I assume the Navy's looking after us here. So, yeah. We're making our way slowly down Sweden. It's a bit of a slog, mind. So I might... actually, it's not too bad. The manpower's not going down too much, so it can't be that bad. How is the air superiority over there? Good. It is good. Mind you, I did forget about these guys over here. Don't know why I can't see these guys, but they're doing a good job nonetheless. Korea has capitulated. Oh, we didn't even look at it when we sent Montgomery off to do that. So let's just mop up the remaining guys over here. The Brazilians, what are they doing over there? That's not actually right, is it? They're not at war, but they have volunteers. Right. They're going to wish they never volunteered. I mean, why would you volunteer against the might of the British Army? Seems a bit weird if you ask me. That's probably not the best idea. Oh, the volunteers must have went home. That's fine. I didn't realise they were going to do that. So that's Korea sorted out. Anyone left over? Oh, well, I suppose it's the Philippines to sort out, but the AI seem to be planning that little expedition. So, well, Montgomery can stay where he is. That's fine. Who's that in Spain? Oh, Gibraltar. Yeah, it's just in the wrong place. It just confused me a wee bit. Right, how long is it going to take for these guys to capitulate? 81% towards capitulation there. So we need to make sure we march on Los Angeles and San Francisco over there. Washington over here should fall relatively soon, I would think. I mean, we are just pretty much marching straight in there. Very good. I think the plan went rather well. I mean, there's obviously things I can change. I wish the transports had more range on them for the paratroopers, because I would have dropped them a little bit further in to make more of an impact. But maybe they're best off just going to the cities and trying to hold them. I'll probably try that in the future. Let's get some more equipment on the go. But overall, I think it went fine. Oh, there we go. United States has capitulated. It took how long? So we started the war in September, October, November. So in just under 2 months, we have capitulated the US. There we go. For the second time in history, British soldiers have burned the capital of the United States to the ground. Although this attempt has brought far more death and destruction on both armies, with numerous British ships wrecked along the coast. I didn't have any ships sent over, actually. I didn't need them. So wrecked along the coast from American forts, and thousands dead or missing from the desperate battle for the American capital. British dominance of the area has firmly established itself. American papers have reacted in horror, decrying that the Union may finally be broken by its oldest enemies, while the British proclaim much the same, although much more positive light. Nasty rebels have finally got on their comeuppance, and it will be coated and clothed by British communism. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave today's episode. It's been an eventful one, I suppose. Downfall of a major power. The war still rages on, though. We still need to get rid of the rest of the minor powers. Sweden. I don't know if they're technically a major faction. They might be, along with Australia. But the rest of them aren't going to stand much of a chance, especially if I can inflict 4.5 million in casualties in a little under 2 months. But there we go. As I say, that's where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you for joining me again for another episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.